And welcome back, guys, to Week 7 of the Pokemon Premier League. This time against the Celta Deino Alex, or also known as Onesie Bennett. Of course, I'll have a link to his description below, as well as a link to the Pokemon Premier League channel, and possibly Twitter, if I remember the Twitter. But let's get over this. Oh, I'm tired as hell. I just got home from work, and I gotta record this and have this up. I don't know if I'll have it up by Sunday. I have a lot to record and edit, so maybe Monday. Not sure, not too sure. But now, let's get the team I'm bringing off. So I'm bringing RT Drizzle Polytol, the standard set, except he's carrying Scald, Ice Beam, Psychic, and Endeavor. 252 HP, 252 defense. He's really one of the only things I can take an Earthquake from his Garchomp from. Possibly a Dragon Claw as well. I think it's like a 2-hit KO. Outrage. Outrage is a problem because it can destroy a lot of my team. I think the only thing on my team that can take it is Scizor, and that's if I'm physically defensive. And that's a real pain in the ass. So I have Psychic on him, and Endeavors, if I'm able to get my HP down low enough and I'm able to get an Endeavor off, it could really mean a lot if I get some damage off, because his team is extremely fucking crazy, and I'll get over that after that. I gotta imagine what he's bringing when we do. So I got Spray Bay, Did I take the item off it, or did I not have the item on him during the battle? I really hope I had an item on him during the battle, because this is post-com. And if I didn't have an item, that kind of sucks. I feel like I did, though, so yeah. Timid, he's supposed to have Life Orb. I don't know why he doesn't now. He's supposed to have Life Orb. He's got Ice Beam, Surf, Draco Meteor, and Flash Cannon, just in case he decides to bring his Sylveon. But, you know, I want to have him out as a late game sweeper, him or Mamoswine, which I'll get to in a little bit. But if I can get a Swift Swim Kingdra off, I can outspeed his Garchomp, his Dragonite, his Hydreigon, which are really threatening on his team. Like, they're really scary. I can do major damage to his Regirock. I can do a lot of shit with him. Now I have Predictable. He's Modest Nature, Prankster, Expert Belt. He's got Taunt because I want to lead off with him. Whether or not he leads off with the Regirock, the Lumineon, or even the Roserade and set up some Toxic Spikes, I want to get a Taunt off and hopefully get that Taunt off and possibly, go for Dark Pulse. I have Volt Switch for initiative. I'm not super free to go for Volt Switch until his Garchomp's dead, if he brings the Garchomp. But other than that, it's all good. And of course, I have Dark Pulse for coverage in case he decides to bring Bennett, because I know he likes to bring specially defensive Bennett. And even if it's a specially defensive Bennett, Dark Pulse is still a 2-hit KO. And then I have Grass Knot on him, just in case he wants to, have Lumineon. Grass Knot does a decent amount to Garchomp, and it'll give some chip damage. It destroys Regirock like crazy. And that's pretty much it. Expert Belt is just there because I want some damage off. Not 100% sure if I like this set. We'll see how, you'll see how it works out in the battle. I like it. It's decent to lead off with. We have UMAD, the Scizor, a standard set, Adamant Technician, Life Orb, Bullet Punch, Knockoff, Superpower, and Defog. My plan for Scizor was, if he gets Tailwind off, I could go for a Defog. And unfortunately, you'll see during the battle that Defog does not do what I hope it would do. And that sucks, but it didn't matter in the end because, this is it happens. Stuff happens. Then I have Remember Me, the Mamoswine, Jolly, Thick Fat, Choice Band, Ice Shard, Icicle Spear, Stone Edge, and Earthquake. I was really considering switching between Choice Scarf or Choice Band. And since I always do Choice Scarf, I'm like, you know what, he's probably going to predict that, so I'm going to, have a Choice Band in Mamoswine. And that would be nice, because Ice Shard and 2-hit KOs any of the dragon types on his team. Icicle spears break multi-scale and potential focus sashes. If I can outspeed, which is really shitty because choice scarf allows me to outspeed things and can come in really handy, and they don't expect me to run choice scarf Mamoswine, you know. Although I bring it like almost every game. And then we have Tomo's son, the Amoongus Calm Regenerator. I was originally gonna have Assault Vest, but then I realized Sporer is much more viable. I don't know if 100% I should have Sludge Bomb or Foul Play. I was thinking Synthesis would be better, but I didn't test him out enough to see if I like Synthesis better than Foul Play, Sludge Bomb, Spore, and Giga Drain. But anyways, that's my team, guys. We're gonna get to his team in just a second, so I'll see you in a little bit. Alright guys, now we're back to his team. I know it's not as extravagant as most people's PPL, but you know, I like doing this. It allows me to focus more on the Pokemon. So the Celta Deino, he's rocking the Mega Banette, which I know from watching his previous battles, he loves to run physically or special defensive Banette with Will-O-Wisp, Destiny Bond. Usually no attacking move, and Destiny Bond is really annoying, and I'm gonna try and play around it. I really hope that I can play around it and get him to die. My plan is to hopefully have Thundurus out and taunt him so he's not able to go for Destiny Bond or a Will-O-Wisp, and then take him out with the Dark Pulse the previous turn, although he'd probably just switch out at that point. Next is Garchomp. Garchomp's a problem because it outspeeds almost everything on my team, and what I do have, Thundurus can't 100% touch it unless I have HP Ice, and which you guys can see, I don't have HP Ice. So if he ran a Scarfed Garchomp, I would not be able to handle that at all. And Outrage does a lot. The only things on my team that can take an Outrage, probably Politoed and Amoongus, and that's really kind of shitty. Goodra is not going to be taking an Outrage from a Garchomp. Regirock, I really feel, is not going to come against the Rain team, and it's not very specially defensive. I don't feel like he'd bring Regirock, although I do prepare for him. I prepare for the whole teams now as to what I think he's going to bring. The Regirock, I do have a lot of things for. The Superpower on the Scizor to handle it. Bullet Punch will even do a decent amount. The Grass Knot on my Thundurus. Even Surf or Scald from any of my water types can do major damage. And even Earthquake from my Mamoswine will do a lot. Hydreigon, if he runs, I hope that his Hydreigon doesn't come, because it's not very amazing for me, and you know, it's a pain in the ass. So now let's see, Roserade, I feel like I'm not extremely suited to handle this thing. I don't have very much to handle it. I know a Choice Band Ice Shard would kill it. If I had a flying type that was much quicker, I could take it out, but unfortunately I don't. Grass types are a big problem for my team, and I need to find a way to handle them. Although I do have Goodra, the theory of him bringing dragon types is just much too real for me to handle, and it's just, Goodra is gonna have to sit out on this episode, on this battle. Maybe next time. Bronzong, another thing that's very hard for me to handle. Knockoff on my Scizor can do a decent amount. If he has Levitate, my Mamoswine can't really do anything. The only real things I could do to this thing are possibly Knockoff. Any special move, if he's physically defensive, should do a decent amount, but I don't have anything super effective on the special side to hit him, and plus I'm not going to be running like Flamethrower or Fire Blast on a Rain team, because that's just bad news. Lumineon, I fully expect him to bring Lumineon. He brings Lumineon in almost every single game. He loves using the utility, he loves Scald, he loves U-Turn, he loves Defog, and Tailwind. Tailwind could be a problem, although I feel like I could definitely stall it out and it wouldn't matter. And as I said, I had thought Defog would prevent Tailwind and get rid of it, but yeah, fortunately it doesn't go my way. Golem. Don't expect him to bring Golem, although Sturdy Explosion would do a decent amount to my Pokemon. Really, just, it's not a good idea for him to bring Golem. Uniclus could be a problem if he runs a Trick Room team, which there's definitely the possibility of him doing. It could be decent. I know Reuniclus gets Energy Ball and could do a lot to my team, although I do have Scizor, which walls it fairly well, so I could just knock off or Bullet Punch or even Bug Bite if I had that. Sylveon can be a problem. A Choice Specs Hyper Voice does a lot. I'm bringing Amoonguss because Amoonguss eats up Hyper Voices like a boss. If he carries Psyshock on his Sylveon and he's not Choice Spec, then Amoonguss is bye-bye, and, you know, I get fucked easily. But then, I could, you know, come in with Mamoswine or Earthquake. I believe Psyshock is a 2-hit KO from full HP, so I could get one Sludge Bomb off if I needed to. Dragonite is a extreme threat to me. Dragon Dance, Extreme Speed, I have nothing, literally nothing that out prioritizes a Dragonite's Extreme Speed. Possibly, no, Extreme Speed I think is +4, and it's just crazy. You could carry Fire Punch, you could carry Ice Punch, Earthquake, oh my god, Outrage. This Dragonite is scary, and I don't think he'd bring all 3 dragons, but, you know, it could definitely scare the shit out of me if he did, because he could run, you know, Life Orb, Dragon Dance, or Roost, bulky Dragonite. It's just a problem for me. But that's his team. We're going to get on to the battle now. Hopefully, it's post-commed for you guys, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. So, I will be right back in just a second. Alright guys, let's get this battle started with. I'm going to lead off with the Thundurus. Of course, that's what I was going to say when I bring out my lead. Of course, predictable the lead. Now, he leads out with Pirlo, his, Pirlo? And I taunted, expecting something, because, if he stays in, he's probably going to go for Stealth Rocks, and that works out. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to swap out as he swaps out. And I bring in my Scizor, and this is decent because I'm like, ooh, but then I realize he swaps out too. So that sucks, and he brings in Garchomp, and I know I could take one Earthquake, but unfortunately, if he has Fire Blast, I know I can't take that. So I swap into RT Drizzle, knowing I can take an Earthquake or an Outrage if he goes for that. RT Drizzle knows he can take it like a boss, but then he goes for the Earthquake. And look how much damage that does. Garchomp is a beast, and Politoed eats that up, especially with that leftovers. So damn good. Oh my lord. He swaps out Garchomp, and I make a really dumb play here and go for Psychic, expecting him to go into his Lumineon, and Psychic doesn't affect Hydreigon, and that would have been nice because Ice Beam would have done a decent amount to this Hydreigon. So, now I'm going to swap out into my Amoonguss, I believe. Yes, Tomo's son, the Amoonguss. And he's gonna actually get a crit Draco, I believe. No, I don't think it's a crit here. I think he gets a crit later on my Amoonguss. It might be a crit here. No, it's not a crit here. But that does a shit ton of damage. And knowing he can't take me out after this, I'm gonna stay. I believe I actually... Do I double switch? I think I double switch here. I believe I do double switch. Yep, I did double switch. I double switch into... Remember Me the Mamoswine. And I consider this, you know what? Maybe he'll swap out if you're in the Ice Shard. And he doesn't, and he outspeeds me, and I went for the Icicle Spear thinking he would swap out. So I lose Mamoswine because I stupid over prediction when I should have just went for the safe Ice Shard. Either way, he would have lived it anyways because he told me after the battle he's Focus Sash. So I bring in Predictable. I'm just like, you know what? I go for the Volt Switch, and this is actually I go for Dark Pulse here. Dark Pulse is a safe play, and he first me. Dark Pulse does a shit ton to this Banette, and Banette's just like, nope. And I go for Taunt, expecting him to go for the the Destiny Bond. He swaps into his Garchomp, and I'm like, okay, well, he obviously predicted me to go for Volt Switch, and I swap into my Politoed again. And this is pretty bad because, you know what? I need Politoed's Rain. I realized I need Politoed's Rain as soon as this outrage hits me. I need it more than anything right now. Because my team does not outspeed all of his Pokemon. I'm pretty much fucked right now. So, I decide, what am I going to sack here? If I go into Moongus, I can't do too much. I need something to do. So I just let Politoed die. And that was a big mistake on my part because I needed the rain. I need to start relying more on the rain. I need it more often. So I bring in Spray Bay. Gonna scare him out. And I go for... Unfortunately, I actually forgot to put the fucking Life Orb on my Kingdra before the battle, and I go for the Ice Beam, and it is so stupid because it doesn't kill him, and if I had Life Orb, it would have killed him, and that sucks. So I have to swap out here. I go into UMAD, thinking, oh, Bullet Punch out prioritizes Destiny Bond or Prankster, and of course it doesn't, but you know, me not being super well versed in Wi-Fi, think, oh, okay, I'm gonna lose Scizor here. I'm definitely gonna lose Scizor here. So he goes for Will-O-Wisp, and it misses, and I go for the Bullet Punch, and I'm like, what? Is this luck? Oh my lord, this is the most amazing luck I've ever had. So now I play really stupidly here, and he brings in his Lumineon. And here's where I should have, you know, swapped out into my special wall, Amoonguss. And I don't, because I'm stupid, and he burns, and I guess that makes up for the Will-O-Wisp burn. There's actually a lot of hacks in this battle. I don't think all of it matters too much, maybe mattering in the KO difference at the end, but, you know, there's no point. And then I make another dumb play because I'm not very well versed in Wi-Fi. I think Defog can get rid of Tailwind, and unfortunately, I learned the hard way that it does not get rid of Tailwind. So, I'm stupid. He's gonna go for another Scald and bring me down to the point where I get a Superpower off. I know the commentary is a bit ahead of the video right now, but you know, it's all I can do. I'm talking about things beforehand, and I'm playing not very well here. I'm playing really dumb. So I sit here and bring in my Amoonguss, and I should have just went for the Giga Drain. It probably would have killed. He goes for a Scald, I believe, fishing for a burn because he wants residual damage on me. He does not get a burn, and I go for the Spore. I should have just waited, saved it for something else, but you know, it doesn't matter too much. And now, I actually go for, I believe, the Sludge Bomb right here. Either Sludge Bomb or I double swap. Yeah, I double swap into Thundurus, I believe. Yeah, I double swap into Thundurus, and I'm actually modest, and he's a timid, full speed Hydreigon. That's why he outspeeds me here, and I believe he doesn't crit, but you know, that does a shit ton, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna need the Volt Switch out of here. I was thinking, you know, I could Volt Switch back into the Amoonguss, take the hit, you know, live it, and keep Thundurus at full HP, and I'm just, well, shit. So, he goes for another Dark Pulse here, and I just go for a Sludge Bomb because it's the move. That crit doesn't matter too much. It would have been nice to, you know, be able to not have a crit there, but I actually get a Poison here, which is gonna kill the Hydreigon. Now, unfortunately, Tomo doesn't get a kill from that, but that is okay as long as the Hydreigon goes down. We were just trading hacks in this battle so much, and it was crazy because I didn't think I was doing too well. So he brings in his Dragonite. Of course, I'm gonna swap out, and I sack my Thundurus because it's at low HP. I can't really do too much, and I'm thinking, you know, maybe I could definitely live a. Definitely I could bring in Kingdra here and go for an Ice Beam and break his multi-scale so I could kill him next turn. But he actually swaps into his new Minion, sacking it off, probably expecting me to go for a Draco. I probably should have too, but, you know, I go for the Ice Beam. and it actually crits here. Doesn't matter too much, nice chip damage. He was actually gonna die next turn. He's actually gonna die this turn coming up, because I bring in Tomo's son, the Amoongus. I go for safe play Sludge Bomb because I knew it would have killed anyways, and I was hoping, you know, he could bring in the Garchomp or the Dragonite and it would do some decent damage, or the Roserade, but he just decides to let this thing die. I don't know if he went for Tailwind there or Ice Beam or something, but I went for the safe play Sludge Bomb, and he's actually gonna bring in his Roserade, I believe. He brings in Roserade, and this is, you know, weird because I go for Foul Play because it's my most damaging move. I should have gone for Spore. Spored this Garchomp off to sleep right away. It would have been nice. I don't think it mattered too much, but the Foul Play does a decent amount to this Garchomp. Garchomp did not take that too well. He goes for an Outrage, and I know I can take at least one of them, even though I'm not physically defensive at all. I get the Spore off thinking, you know, maybe I can, put this thing to sleep because I don't outspeed it with Kingdra. And since I can't put Roserade to sleep, maybe I can stall the Roserade out with my Amoongus. And I actually make a misclick here and go for Spore again. Luckily, he swaps into his Roserade, and yeah, that would have been unfortunate if I Spored the Dragonite, because it would have been an automatic 6-0 loss then. But he goes for the Sludge Bomb. It's his most damaging move against me, and it does a shit ton to me. I go for the Foul Play, get some damage off, you know. It's pretty much over at this point. I can't really do too much. If I had a, if I had Rain Dance on this thing, maybe I could have outsped, and, you know, it didn't matter, because it would have taken me out with a Leaf Storm anyways, but, you know, it sucks. And even if it didn't take me out with a Leaf Storm here, Dragonite could have come in and just went for an extreme speed. So that's going to be the game, guys. Thanks for watching. Go check out Onesie Banette's channel. I'll see you guys next time.